Part 2.
All right, Teddy and I are gonna make a bar-style pepperoni pizza. So first off, we have our pizza dough, which is in a 10-inch pan by 1 inch, straight edge. And notice the dough is all the way to the edge of the pan. It's not curled, it's not tucked, it's nice and flat pushed up against. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use 4 fluid ounces of our sauce, which we just made. So Teddy, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the center. And Teddy, you're gonna splash it. And that term is something we're gonna use a lot. You wanna kind of just splash it evenly across, all the way to the edge, okay, buddy?
All right.
And do you know why we're going all the way to the edge?
So it makes like a nice, like, crusty edge or something like that?
Yeah, so one of the key characteristics of quality for a South Shore bar pizza is to have lacy edges with the cheese, but also slightly burnt edges with the sauce. And so what this is gonna do is right up to the edge, it's gonna caramelize nicely right with the pan. And that's gonna give us our nice little, what we call burnt edges, which is a quality identifier of a solid pie. So Teddy, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to just make it even. So what we'll do is we're just gonna come this way, and you can just kind of roll it out.
All right.
You're doing great. We're just gonna kind of spin it while we roll it. We do wanna do it evenly, that's the most important. So we're gonna get the edges, and we're just gonna make sure that the inside. So Teddy, to make the sauce, actually I didn't show you the sauce. So what we did was we did San Marzano tomatoes, 28 ounces. Then we went ahead and we put a little bit of oregano, a touch of sugar, salt. We put quite a bit of tomato paste. We put a 1/4 cup of tomato paste, and that's really gonna help with the caramelization. That's why we put that. The Town Spa, which you know, is rumored to put ketchup in their sauce. What they really do is they use a lot of tomato puree, pureed tomato. So that's what I'm trying to say. Tomato paste, rather. There we go. See how that looks nice? Everything's covered. I want you to think of this, Teddy, what I really want you to do is think of this tomato sauce and the cheese that we're gonna put on as like suntan lotion for dough. So what happens when Teddy goes to the beach and takes his shirt off and he doesn't put his sunblock on?
Sunburn.
You get burned, right? So what this is gonna do, it's gonna act like your sunblock. So if you missed any spots or any spots are bare, that spot's gonna burn and not caramelize nicely, right? So you have a bitter flavor instead of a nice umami, roasted tomato flavor. So we did that. Now what you're gonna do next is you're gonna take this cheese, which is a 2-to-1 white cheddar that we grated ourselves, and mozzarella. When you buy the mozzarella, you have to make sure that there is no cellulose in it. Cellulose is an anti-caking agent, but it also burns quickly when it's on the pizza, right? So we want to grate our own. This particular one, we used a pre-grated mozzarella. It did not contain cellulose, and we grated our own sharp cheddar. And the other key characteristic for this, Teddy, is that we don't want to use cheese from Vermont or New York. We want to use Wisconsin or Oregon. In this case, we're using Tillamook, which is Oregon. And do you remember why that reason? Remember we talked a little about it earlier?
Because so it's not that oily and that wet.
Exactly. We don't want it to be too oily. So why don't you go ahead and sprinkle the cheese on the pizza. Make sure you get the edges right. Remember, when cheese melts, it comes into the edge. So you want to start with the edges and then come right to the center.
All right. So start with the edges around.
Yep. And you don't have to be shy. You can go right in there. There you go. And if it's caked up, just kind of pull it apart a little bit.
All right.
See if I can help you out a little bit. This might be stuck to the bottom of that pan. There you go, buddy. Nice and evenly, but definitely make sure the edges are well taken care of. Some of it's clumpy. Try to unclump it if you can. I know as it gets warmer, it'll clump a little bit. And that's because we graded it ourselves and we did a fine grade. So that's a good quality point, Teddy. Looking good, bud.
And just get the edges on this side.
Yeah, let me help you just a little bit here. Remember, cheese as it melts. Now, why do we want the cheese to go all the way to the edge? Not only because it melts, but what other quality point are we trying to do with this type of pizza? So what's one term you heard me say a few times you might be sick of already?
Like the edges, so it's laces, like the
Yes,
laces of
lacy
the edges.
edges, exactly. So lacy edges are when the cheese melts, but it's like, you can almost see it caramelized brown, but it's a little bit crunchy. That's a huge part of a bar style pizza. So we have plenty of cheese. We might have even too much cheese. I know that's almost impossible. So now you got your pepperoni. I'd like you to put your pepperoni evenly around the pizza. We'll do that together. Just plenty of toppings. There you go, buddy. There you go. Good job. Now, what we're gonna make next is we're gonna make a nice linguiça and onion. That's my favorite. And we'll show them how to blanch the onions first so they don't burn.
One more right there. Perfect.
There we go. Put one right there. Why not?
All right.
All right. So Teddy, this is our pepperoni pizza before it goes in the oven. Sure, we can have more. Why not, right? It's our pizza.
Maybe right there.
Sure. All right, so we're gonna bake this for 15 minutes and then we'll come on back.
Part 3.